Welcome again. And Steve, okay, we need to talk, dude. I
Yeah.
need to talk to you about something because it's kind of funny. I just got back from being part of an event, and this event had a ton of knowledge.
I
And in
love
fact,
that.
I love this. In fact, it wasn't the whole event, the rest of the event. Do you know which event I'm talking about? Because I did like the pre-event this weekend
Yeah.
and the rest of the events this week. So for you listening, it was a couple of weeks ago, but there'll be another one in January, I believe, that we can probably
Yes.
grab tickets for you if you want to be on that. I'll go to that event. And something blew my mind. And I just need to know if you've had this too. Because I've seen this, I've heard this, I've done this. I try not to do it anymore, but I have done it a little bit. There were people at this event that had been to it before. And one of the key pieces that this event offers, and you've been to this event before, you know what I'm talking about, is it's an introduction piece.
Yeah.
Well, I wrote that down last time, but I didn't actually do anything with it. Hang on, you're saying I need to do something with it now. The amount of times I heard that, and I know for myself, because when was it? Was it August that we were at the event last, or was it July? I can't remember because you got me up to be,
It
uh,
was July.
yeah,
Yeah, it was July.
July. And this is a kickback. If you have not heard the last episode about excuses, this is a perfect example of not making excuses. Steve went to day one of this event and then called me at what, about 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon the next day
Yeah.
and said, I was at this event. You need to be there. Okay, great. When is it? 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Oh, don't be there. And where was I? At
On the
3
event,
o'clock
3
and
a.m.
3 a.m. turned up because, no excuses. But I took everything from that event and I did the work then. And then I've been tweaking it since because I
Hmm.
saw the value in it. So when I show up for the next set of this event and there's all these people, oh, I was there, but I didn't actually do anything with that information. How much do you see that? So you know what I'm talking about, Steve.
Oh, absolutely. And there's people that go there and they've been there before and they said, well, you told me that at the last time, which was 6 months ago, and I still haven't gotten around to implementing that yet. Or I've seen it at conferences, seminars, workshops, whatever you want to call it. People are taking copious notes, and I always turn to them. I'm like, "Do you have another page for your to-do list the second this is over with?" And they look at me like I am speaking a different language altogether from a different planet. That's when I realize it's something what I've always deemed shelving knowledge.
There's not just events though. And
Oh,
I'm going to put my hands, I'll
everything.
put both hands up here. I'll put both hands up in the air and say I'm guilty. Buying courses.
Oh, yeah.
Bought a course, haven't touched it.
Yep.
I even bought one course that was a few $1,000s and I still haven't got past module one. And I invested, I think it was like nearly $4,000 into that
Wow.
course. So I've done it.
Oh, yeah. Been there.
Done it. Bought a workbook,
Yeah, yeah.
been
Same
to an
thing.
event, been to a webinar. And I think there's a couple of reasons I wanted us to talk about this. Because I think this is affected the shelving knowledge or the negative side of knowledge manifests in two ways. We have the positive side. The positive side is you go to this event that is relevant for what you're doing. You take
Hmm.
the information, and like Steve said, you have your information and you have a to-do list, and then you take action and you implement, and that's the positive side. But
Right.
on the negative side, you have all these people that go out and buy courses, buy webinars, buy workbooks, go to events, and then do nothing with it. But you also have the people that spend, I like to call them the perpetual learner.
Oh,
I just need they're doing all the stuff. They are doing all the courses and they are doing all the books and the workbooks and the
Right.
events and the webinars, and they're learning. Oh my, they are, when you get them talking, they are smart. They know exactly what they're talking about. But they still feel like they need one more piece to be able to
Right.
do what they're saying.
They've never implemented any of that knowledge or taken action on it.
Yeah.
We've seen it way too many times. I mean, I know, well, years ago, I went to a conference and they gave you another notebook, two notebooks. One was the workbook for the event, 3-day event, and then one, it was literally to get shit done. That's what it had on the cover. Get shit done. So what they would tell you is like during whoever presents, at a certain point, they said stop. They would stop and go, put that in your get shit done notebook now. How you are going to implement it in your business. Do it right now. I'll give you like 60 seconds. And they would do these breaks. Every speaker gave these breaks so you can put your stuff in your to-do notebook. Then afterwards, they made everyone sign like a little document to hold them accountable, saying, I'm going to get my stuff done. Here was the kicker. The organizer had people call every attendee a month later.
Oh, I love that.
How many things on your list did you write down? 20. Great. How many did you do? So it pissed most people off because they didn't do anything. But the people who did stuff got a reward unknowns to them at that time, like a free mastermind group, free personal one-on-one session with certain speakers of their choice. And they had all these like little perks because they took action.
Yeah. And just because you put it in your get shit done does not mean you have to get that shit done right then.
No.
Because I've always found my to-do list. I do my to-do list in sections. I need to get this done in 24 hours, 7 days, within the month, within 3, within 6. Because I know for a fact some of the things that I want to do on my list, there is no way I'm going to get to it this week or within the next 3, but I will get to it in the next 6 because it's not a priority, but it's something I want.
Mm-hmm.
It still goes on the damn list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I have the to-do list, and then I also have my BHAG, big, hairy, audacious goal list. Those are the bigger projects, but I break one of those down into micro projects.
Yeah. You know, the get shit done is going on our merch list by the time of this podcast. You're going to you're going to have planners there to get shit done because it's just so obvious. I'm going to share a story.
I filled up the damn thing and used it. And then once I checked everything off, I tossed it.
Yeah, I'm actually going through a process right now where I'm taking on, because I may be a mini hoarder when it comes down to notes and information that I take. I think I have every download, every file, every script, everything I've ever had. Not because I have to hold on to it, but I know that it's a resource. And I'm actually paying my kids, my teenage kids, to upload all that into databases, the paper ones, so it can be organized themselves. I'm not doing it. I don't have time for doing that, but I'll pay them. That's fine. But you have to take things into action and get it done. And I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it so much that I need to know a little bit more. I can't do that because I don't know this. So they go down this rabbit hole of learning. And it's good to learn. I'm not going to take that away from you. But when you're learning and not doing.
You're just acquiring the knowledge, but not implementing it. Therefore, you're really not learning it. Because you got to apply it. That's like if I told you, hey, this is how you play football, Karen. I can give you all the knowledge in the world, right? But if you've never
Football or handball?
Whatever, football or handball. Sorry, not soccer.
So I joke, I'm from Europe, so I call it American football handball.
American
It's
football.
It's more in the hands than on the feet.
And not Canadian football. So American football, I could give you all that knowledge in the world, but until you touch the football, get out on there, or actually do something, you didn't apply any of it.
Yeah.
I saw something about chefs. The chefs can give you all the ingredients, the recipes, everything else. But if you don't know how to cut your first piece of vegetable, it's not going to happen.
Right. It's just one of the best premises is that I ever learned a long time ago was ILT. This is how you should take every opportunity for growth. ILT. Invest in the opportunity to learn, learn what you're learning about, and then you teach or take it away.
Yeah.
Because it's the only way you're going to keep it. Oh, we're real on this podcast, Steve. What is the biggest regret you've ever had for going to something to learn something and not implementing it for longer than you should have?
Oh, it was God, years ago. I learned how to do podcasts and I put it on the back shelf for a long time. And then I literally had to go back and relearn it. And it was already outdated at that time because it was probably 8 months, 9 months later. So I had to actually go to another podcast thing. So I had to double up on my learning, the costs and everything before I launched, where I should have just taken right after that workshop launch. I had all the knowledge and how-tos at that moment.
Launch it messy, people. Because
Yeah.
there's a lovely way you can go back and look at episode 1 versus episode 100 and go, okay, damn, I grew.
Yeah, exactly. You know, on my YouTube channel, I has hundreds and hundreds of short videos. The first one was a train wreck. Guess what? It's still there. I don't care. It was the first one and I launched. Just do it.
Yeah. I had somebody comment on some of my videos one time and say, well, I can't do that. You're so professional and polished. You know what my response was? I took a lot of my things that got cut out of my videos, put them into one single. So there's like a 5-minute video of me going, and doing all this. And it's like, no, it's not always perfect. But the shelving knowledge, it's like you go and do something, you invest this money, because I guarantee when you go to these events or you go to these courses or you go to these training, how much are you paying? I have paid up to $3,000 or $4,000 to be part of
Easy.
some training. Easy.
Yeah.
I think I paid more for a couple of them. It's been so long I can't remember. You're paying that much. You're all excited. How many of you are like, oh my gosh, I just learned the best thing in the world?
Tell everyone about it. Look at all my notes. Look at all my notes. There's always that, I'd say the 10 people after every event. I took so many notes. I took so many notes.
God, I hate that. I took 3 pages of notes on this one call.
Yeah. And I always kind of bust their bubble, like, great. Are you ready you have a plan to implement this stuff? Wah, wah.
And they look at you like, implement?
Right. And all of a sudden I'm an a-hole for like bringing reality check into
it. Steve, you're just an a-hole anyway.
Exactly. But that's my point. It's like we hear all this, we see it, we've been down that road, we've stopped doing it. How many times now we don't go to a conference or an event or anything to acquire knowledge if we can't fit it into our business model immediately? If I have to go to that and I can't get around to it for another 6 months, I shouldn't go to it right now. I need to wait until I'm ready for it and it's at the right timing.
I have found that I have done things that have been beneficial for me to go before I was ready to implement, but it's because I knew I was going to be implemented in 3 months and the next turn wasn't for another 9 months after that. And I wasn't going to wait 9 months after being ready to implement. You have to be ready to go. You have to have a plan.
Exactly.
But I'm going to say entrepreneurs fall into one of 3 categories.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go learn anything because I know everything. I'm amazing. You can kiss my ass.
I should be running this thing.
I should be running. I'll be honest, ego speaking, I have been to a couple of events and gone, oh God, I could do better running this than they are. I have done that, but I've also had people afterwards come up to me because they know who I am and says, well, why weren't you running this? That's happened.
Yeah.
but it's the people that refuse to learn and grow and develop. Then the other two are the people who do want to learn and grow and develop, and you have the ones that implement and then the ones that don't.
Yeah.
So, with that math aside, that means only 33% of entrepreneurs are actively growing their business through
Mhm.
education.
Yep.
And I think that's being generous. Honestly, I think that's a
That's
generous
way
number.
generous.
That's just in straight splits.
Yeah. Because I see a lot of people, even industry association conferences and everything, and they're giving away gold. Like, wow, this can really help your business. And I've seen so many people come away with zero notes and they just had a good time and networked. And that's what they
There's
get out of it.
nothing wrong with there's nothing wrong with
Nothing wrong with
networking.
it.
Networking is,
Yeah.
to me, networking is one of the major reasons you do go to events,
Oh,
because I find the best
absolutely.
lessons are in the back of the room.
Yeah. And it's the last speaker at the after hours, at the dinners, at the bar. And, Karen knows it's like, I'll go to the bar and I'll have my water. And you know what? I'm gaining so much knowledge. I'm actually taking notes under a table sometimes or
Hmm.
getting their information and I'll follow up with them. And I do. I actually
Yeah,
booked the call. So right there. Hey, that sounds good. Let's get together and talk about this. Good. Pull out your calendar right now. And they
yeah.
go, what? I'm like, I don't play
I'm
games.
don't play them. Let's do
Now all of
this.
a sudden they see me in a total different light, and guess what? They're going to make the meeting.
Yeah. So we just said 33% of entrepreneurs actually doing stuff is generous. What
Yeah,
would you actually? I'm going to guess the number is probably close to 12 to 15%.
I'd even go like 8 to 10 because
Okay.
we've been to so many of these events, and I've seen it time and time again. The ones who are, you know, you could break it up in using disc profile, and I had a speaker do this one time, and they nailed it. The people in the front, they're taking like mounds of notes, colored pencils, everything else, because they're in the front. They're the ones, woo, woo, look at me, look at me, look at me. Then you got the drivers all the way in the back of the room. They know everything. Guess what? When they take notes, they're figuring out how to implement it. But they're
Mm-hmm.
in the back of the room, not participating in the event.
Mm-hmm.
And it's amazing that they broke it down like that. And they go, yeah, the 8%, that's total of the whole room will implement this stuff.
Mm-hmm. And you do get someone who's taking the notes to the front of the room that is a driver and implementing, but they may
Right.
not have been in his business as long as some of the people at the back of the room. So that
Exactly.
I met someone this week. They were asking great questions. They just launched their business. They were
Mhm.
asking and they were turning around and implementing. But they would have been one of the note takers at the front.
Right. Yeah, I sit in the back and I take notes, and everyone at my table is looking at me like, you take a lot of notes. I'm like, but I'm putting how to implement it at the same time. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
just taking the note, it's how to implement.
There's a picture of you going around somewhere from an event where they didn't give you a table to take your notes. So you turned a chair around in front of you so you could lean on the chair to take the notes.
Yeah, I turned everything around me in a mini office. I had notes and had my laptop, and all the organizer people kept walking by. They're like, you kind of own the place, don't you? And I go, no one was sitting there. I needed a workspace.
Mm-hmm.
They and then what happened? They all ended up afterwards wanting to talk to me because here I am thinking so far out of the box, and I was in the back of the room.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. So let's get really practical here.
yeah.
If you're in business, what kind of events or what kind of training, what kind of courses, what kind of workbooks should you be investing in?
Well, obviously, if you're in any association, industry association, like HVAC, plumbing, whatever it may be, get involved in those national, local organizations because they're giving you some unbelievable knowledge specific to your business that you can implement right away. They have tools, resources, all at their fingertips, and they're giving it to you. So I
Mm-hmm.
would say that one's a critical one. Next, if you're lacking in an area of knowledge, go to that one. I don't know how many times I have seen people who hate accounting, don't like accounting, but they're going to a workshop about QuickBooks. Why? They want to learn more, but they also are implementing in their business because it's vital to them growing their business.
And on that, I do want to say there is one little piece where that can change.
Mhm.
Those tend to be the people that feel like they can't afford to bring in a bookkeeper, accountant, or a
Right.
CPA. They have to do it themselves. If you hate something so much in your business and you're in a place where you can afford it,
Do it.
just pay someone.
Exactly.
Just get it off your plate. Like,
It'll
end
save
of
you time,
story.
money, and frustration.
Mm-hmm.
And then other things is like, okay, maybe I don't know how to use that thing. What do they call it again? Google
Oh, God. Yeah.
or
It's
AI.
magical.
Yeah, it's a magical tool. Or maybe they don't know enough about AI, but they'd love to implement it in their business and they see why it would help their business, but they just don't know where to start, what to do. Yeah, you're gaining the knowledge and you're going to implement that kind of stuff, hopefully.
Yeah. Or if you want to add a facet to your business. So
Right.
maybe you've been consulting and you want to create a course and you
Mhm.
don't know how. Learn.
That's it.
Uh, But these are all things you need to do. And the reason I absolutely love that you brought up specific industries having that knowledge, because I actually find it hilarious how many times both of us have had conversations with people in specific industries and we've brought up things that they should have been on top of. And they were like, hang on, where did you get that information?
Mhm.
I think I had a conversation at one event we were at maybe what, a year ago, 2 years ago. And it was about some new federal rules with business owners
Yeah.
and signing things. And we were talking to someone who was in the accounting world for small business owners. And I brought up having to submit this particular piece of paperwork. And they looked me dead in the eye in front of you and like, what's that?
Hmm. You got to know what's going on in your industry or around your industry, those kind of things. And there's an association for just about anything out there nowadays. But it's all at your fingertips. Just don't go to the event just to be going. And then you tell everyone how great it was, and you don't implement anything you learned or expand your network because you met some great people just to drink with, but you didn't get any contact with them. You're not staying in touch. You're really not expanding your network. You just threw someone's name in your database.
Yeah, I call those the future Felicias. Well, I had drinks with so and so. Okay, great. So what does that
Yeah,
mean?
exactly.
It's nothing. I how do they implement? I mean, this is the thing. You can be a knowledge
Right.
shelfer, you can be a perpetual learner, or you can actually shut the fuck up and get on with it and do something with it.
Hmm.
Now, I could say that, and in my head, I already have a plan on what I do after an event. You might not know how, so let's tell you. So,
Uh,
Steve, first things first, what did they do?
First thing is, well, that they went to somewhere and just gained the knowledge and then left it.
Mm-hmm.
Go there with a plan. I'm a big believer. If I'm going to go to a conference or something, what am I going to gain out of this? I've already looked at who the speakers are, what the agenda is. If I have to spend my time and my money to be there, I am there to make it productive for my business and help my business grow. That's the way you got to look at it, not just going to have a good time. Will you have a good time? Yes, yes, you will. But remember, you're there to help your business. So I'm always looking, and also some of the speakers, I don't know if a lot of people do this. I look at who the speakers are and I look at their backgrounds, and I'm like, I need to talk. I'd love to talk to them, and maybe, and then I'll come up with like three real questions, not like, how did you start your business? None of that kind of stuff. Real deep questions like, did you, when you were growing your business, did you ever encounter this obstacle? If so, how'd you overcome it? You want to hear how they're going to give you more knowledge by asking deep questions? And I've done that. Now it
Or
expanded
you
my
can
knowledge. Uh-huh.
go one step further. If you know that they've overcome something specific but
Yes.
haven't really gone into detail, hey, as I was looking through everything, I saw that you had this experience here and
Mhm.
here, and then obviously you came out on top. What was that process like?
Yeah. They're going to share.
Isn't
Guess what? That helps you. helps you overcome challenges in your own business.
Steve, I have to say this because this pisses me off. You know, the number one thing that I have found with people on these events, and it's laughable. You go to an event to learn, and I go to these events to learn, and I sit down, I have my notebook. I have two. Or if it's a big notebook, I have a notebook with a post-it note in one halfway through. And so I do my notes in the front, my to-do in the back. So I'm flipping back and forth if I don't have two separate ones. The amount of people who ask to borrow a pen.
Oh, and yeah, I get that a lot because I take my briefcase and I think I have everything in there for a Swiss Army knife to Band-Aids to everything in there. And the reason is I know I'm not going to be around something. I'm prepared. I'm
Mhm.
not a Boy Scout or anything. I'm a business person who's been to these events before and I'm prepared. Different colored pens, sticky notes. I love my sticky notes. uh, Love my tabs. Yeah, but I have a system in place to take notes and implement things. So I have codes that I do, certain syllable or icons that mean I have to take action immediately or in a month or in 6 months, or I need to look this up, all these kind of things. You just have to go there with a plan. How is this going to help your business? And what do you want to take out of it to help your business grow?
Yeah. And then from there, you have your to-do list.
Mhm.
You have to take action on something within the first 24 hours, or you'll take action on nothing.
Absolutely.
And it can be the tiniest thing. It doesn't have to be big, it can be
Yeah.
tiny. But if you don't, it's just past experience. If you do not take action on something,
Right.
just one thing, it's just not going to happen.
It's true. It could be just even follow up with the three people that you didn't have your calendar with you at that moment. You have their business cards. Fine. Call them and get on the calendar. Done. You started. You just got the process going. Go.
It could be that one speaker that taught you something you were like, this is great, had a download and you hadn't get the download downloaded. There, done. You did that one thing.
Yeah.
Simple,
And
easy.
don't throw it in a file and ignore it. Read it.
Read it, use it, do the things.
We all
But
have a file. It says to read. We get it. We all have it. Now it's like I'm not going to download anything unless I open it and read it.
yeah, and it makes sense because the other thing I found, and I'm just, this is not, well, it is, it's a bitch. It's a vent. Pisses me off. Someone's promising you the world in a download. And you open it up and it's 2 pages of, hey, write your list of 10 things you're going to do today. Or just something that's just not good information. But the amount of people that I have seen that collect those downloads, those
Yeah.
crappy workbooks, and do nothing with them, but well, I downloaded 17 workbooks and downloads this week so I can learn and grow.
Right.
No.
Don't be that person who's proud of how many notes you took or how many offers you took. Maybe you've gone to those events where every speaker is pitching something and you bought them all and you're proud and you tell everyone about it. And you're like, how are you going to implement any of that? It's too much. You should just do one and focus on it.
Yeah. I was one of those people when I first started my business. I was buying, downloading, going to webinars,
Mhm.
books, but I had so much shit. It wasn't even funny. Now yes, I go to multiple educational things a week, or I pay for multiple educational proportions, but each different one of them has a specific reason to my business.
Right.
The best thing, we're talking about knowledge and training and education here, but the best thing I pay for is that accountability group.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
110% because it keeps me accountable. But we just told you to go prepared, have a pen, take
Paper.
notes, paper, make action.
Yeah. And
But
we say pen and paper, and there's a lot of studies on this. Typing it, guess what? You cannot hear and type at the same time. You think you are, you're not listening at all. All you're doing is in and out, in and out, in and out. You're not going to retain anything. But writing it down, that kinesthetic process locks stuff in your head.
yeah. And one of the best practices I've seen recently, and I'm actually looking at getting one of these, I can't remember what it's called, but there's a little digital note taker that people pin into their shirt, and it's
Yeah.
taking notes when they're in the meetings. You've seen it, right?
Oh, yeah.
But they're still writing down notes for those aha moments because they want them to be concrete in their mind. They're recording the whole thing. They have the entire transcript, but they're still
Right.
writing.
Mhm.
No.
Or the people who say, hey, are these PowerPoint slides going to be, are you going to give us the slides afterwards? My question is, what are you going to do with them? They're now taken out of context, most of them. Now, a slide or two might be relevant for data or information, maybe a URL. Then take a picture of it. But do you need the
Snap.
whole slide deck?
And honestly, that's another pet peeve of mine. If you're a speaker or a presenter and your slide deck is pretty much what you're verbatim spewing out of your mouth, well, then you are not doing a good job presenting.
Right.
Your slide deck shouldn't have all the information that you're saying. It should complement.
So, folks, if
Quick
you're going
question.
to go to these events.
Question. What was the last event you went to? You don't have to say the specific brand or whatever it was.
Was it last week? It was about AI for course building.
See? And now you're implementing it?
Yes. Some of it I had already in because I already have a lot of the tools created. But you know what? I still learned a lot. There were some tricks and prompts that they gave us. I took a picture of those slides because I'm like, I love that prompt, but I'm going to change it. So I, in my notes, okay, look at the prompt and then change it. And that's what I had in my notes. So then I looked at the prompt on my phone, wrote it down, and then made the changes and then put it in the AI.
Yeah. Oh, so you already took action on it from last week.
Yeah.
And I think there's a thread there.
And I'm going to the fourth session of it this week, I think.
So I went to one last week.
My first one, I didn't learn much. It was a lot of fluff and BS. But the second and third one, I was like, oh, golden nugget for me. That can I use in my business?
Yeah. I went to one last week and I went to explain what I got from it, but then I took it into a whole other level because I went even deeper in it. And I've already implemented it and turned it into a 100-page workbook for me to share with everyone else. And that was about in the course of 4 days?
Yeah.
Of learning it. You've got to do it. Before we wrap up, I want one more question I think we should answer and talk about on this. How often, as an entrepreneur or business owner, should you be doing something for learning?
I say all the time, really, because you know what? Your industry's changing, you're changing, your business is changing, your customers are changing. You need to be in touch with all of it. There's always something for you to learn in your business to help it grow. It could be if you have staff, learning how to be a better leader will help you in your business. Or HR rules, operations, maybe marketing, sales techniques. I'm the greatest salesman in the world. I don't need to learn anything. Bull hockey.
Mindset.
Yes. There's always something that you can improve on in your business and in your life. Why not?
Yeah. I know for me, I have every day I read something.
Yeah.
Every day I interact with something. Doesn't mean I spend 10 hours on it. I can read something and interact on something within 30 minutes. You don't have to read an entire book a day. 10 pages. Or you do the mobile learning library in your car.
Yeah. I listen to audiobooks but I also read industry journals, like Business Journal. I subscribe to that. I read what's going on in there. I read what's going on in like the coaching consulting space. And I read also what's going on in business because I'm tapped into those newsletters. So I get content now coming to me that I have selected that's going to help me in my business, and I'm always growing.
Yeah. It's
You can
simple.
too.
You've just got to make a decision. You just make the decision that you're going to learn something and do something about it. Get shit done.
That's it.
So,
Go find that conference, have a plan, take the notes, and have a plan to implement what you learned in your business and in your life.
and let us know in the comment, what was the last thing that you went to, read, attended, that you actually learned something? Bonus if you implemented something.
Absolutely.
Let us know in the comments. We want to know, and make sure that you're subscribing and following us, because you never know when the next episode might be that wake-up call you actually need to hear, because some of you need some extra coffee or tea. Like, seriously, you need the caffeine.
Absolutely.
You're sleeping on this.
Take action.
See you on the next episode. All right, Steve.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for joining us on the Tea and Coffee Hub podcast today. We hope you enjoyed today's conversation and it left you inspired, equipped, and ready to take your next step, whether that's in life, business, or maybe both.
And don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss future episodes, and connect with us online and in person. Share your thoughts in the comments section. Until next time,
Keep sipping,
keep growing,
take action,
and stop making excuses.